my presentation is about hostile architecture. And it's an issue that's actually very important to me personally because of because it shows, it's like a physical manifestation of the discrimination that happens, especially when it comes to like the urban environment. Like I grew up in a very low-income family, like a small business owning family. And there were times that we actually did not eat for a few days. And there are times when we were at high risk of being homeless. And basically, when we owned a small business back in Baltimore City, there were times when you notice that there's no city services that are around, especially in the low-income areas. Most of them are allocated towards the areas in the city that are higher income and have more tourist attractions. But like we were kind of like the locals there, and so we noticed that there were a lot of infrastructural problems where there's no police department and there's no fire department. And in our particular business, like we had a small business that helped build our American dream. And what happened while we were there recently, it was about like 3 to 4 years ago. While it was leased out to somebody else, the business actually burned down because of an electric short circuit. And if there were like a fire department there to help us, or the business would have been fine. And during that time, that business had to get sold because a whole bunch of opportunistic people, they just jumped in on the deal. And this was just like one of the examples of like the way that the city discriminates. However, like it's not exactly obvious. It's very passive. But like recently, there has been a phenomenon called hostile architecture, which is actually a more tangible artifact that discrimination is possible. And an example of this might be something that's very subtle, such as this one. And if our family were to lose our business during a time when we were much less financially stable and we had no other source of income, the first thing that a lot of people notice when they're homeless is that there isn't a lot of places to sleep. Like for example, on this bench, although it's not very obvious what the intentions are, the intentions of this bench is to prevent homeless people from sleeping. It's a pretty explicitly done artifact for this very purpose. And basically, as part of my STS project, I interviewed about 20 students in order to understand how these designs affect different types of people. And they noticed certain things that ordinary people did, but they never connected the dots that this had to do with homelessness in the United States. But when it came to more explicit designs such as this one, they kind of knew that this is kind of like a sign that people are not welcome in this type of environment, that this is a public space that's not for human beings to occupy. And what I found related to STS is that when the artifact doesn't have a familiar script, such as a bench has a familiar script of sitting, or the ground has the median before has a script of preventing cars from passing over. When the script is not obvious and it's just a fence attached to the wall, a lot of the architecture students were able to gauge the reasons behind why this is. And this is another artifact which is supposed to prevent homeless people from digging through the trash. And I got a variety of responses when it came to this. A lot of people, a lot of architecture students, they tend to overestimate their ability to understand how much the art, artifacts that they design, tends to discriminate against the general public and to make a public space less welcoming for certain individuals. And so there were were some people who are actively hostile. Like, for instance, the trash cans that had spikes on it, there was one individual that commented that the purpose of these devices is to be anti-theft and prevent homeless people from stealing food from the garbage, which I thought was a very peculiar way of seeing the artifact, kind of explicitly hostile way. But that was only one person who was familiar with these structures and actively supported them. And that's about it.
Any questions?
So why would someone be worried about someone stealing trash that had already been thrown away?
I was wondering about that, but like I just let him continue speaking about like his opinions about the structure, and it's just like because you're preventing people from misusing your artifact or your creation. So like he is really big on enforcing a certain script onto a certain object.
Hmm.
Thank you.